let's get ready for nothing. I don't have plans, but I'm hoping to have plans by the evening. Just prepping my lips with the Beso Balm Ultra Hydrating Lip Mask from JLo Beauty. Admittedly, I don't think it's worth the purchase. I got this in PR and it is a very good moisturizing lip balm. It's just cheap packaging and like it kind of feels like Vaseline, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend purchasing it, but I'm gonna use it because I have it. I'm really feeling like going for an ultra glam look, so I need the skin to skin, which means I'm using my absolute favorite foundation of the year, which was the Maybelline Super Skin Tint. I use two shades. I mix 110 and 112 together because one's too light, one's too dark, but it is absolutely worth it. I mostly spread that out with my fingers and then I blend in with my Pawpaw sponge from Amazon. I have them linked in my Amazon storefront, but they come in a pack of like 6 or 8 for so cheap, and these are my favorite sponges so far. I also love the, was it Makeup by Ariel and Morphe one? And then I think it was Coco Cosmetics by Chloe, but she may have changed the company name, but that one too. It was like the marshmallow sponges. I mean, come on, look at that skin. It's like the perfect glow. Never any pilling with this foundation or skin tint, but it's more like a foundation. Then we're going in with the Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer in the shade Y1. Another favorite. Oftentimes I find when I want to do my most glam makeup, like when I just am in the mood and I'm like, let me feel as sexy as possible, I just go for my favorite products. So you can pretty much guarantee when I say like, I want to look really, really good, really glam, I'm going to use the best of the best. Now I'm just spending some time adding my Anastasia contour stick in the shade Fawn to my sponge and just pressing that into the skin. Obviously I've done it to the cheeks and now I'm going to do it kind of around the hairline up top. Definitely one of my favorite discoveries of 2023. Thanks to you guys. It was one of you who told me that I would fall in love with this, and now it's number one. Before we go in with powder, we're gonna melt everything together with the MAC Fix Plus. Now that we've let that dry, you can see I still have creases kind of everywhere. So before I set with powder under my eyes and in my T-zone, I'm gonna lightly press those out. And then I go right in with Givenchy Prisme Libre in the shade 3. I take some on my sponge, then on the inside of my palm, and then press in. And look at the difference right away. So smooth. It was so concentrated. I feel like that was so monotone. Like, oh, so smooth. Can't replicate it again, but you know what I mean. We are prepping the lips with Too Faced Maximum Plump Lip Injection. Thank you, Stacy. My friend got me this for Christmas. I know you guys love makeup like I do, so when I tell you that this just brings me so much joy, every time I look at it, I'm so excited and in love with the fact that I love makeup. Is that weird? I really love halo eyes and I haven't done one in a long time, so I think that's what we're gonna do for today. I do like to start with adding like a lighter mid-tone brownish shade to the crease before we do anything. Not to get too graphic, but every time I feel like my nose is running, I keep Q-tips nearby and I just get my nose, and then I haven't ruined my makeup. We're gonna go in with this like dark, deep purple shade, and I'm taking a smaller brush and tapping off the excess. I put it on there, and then I like to tilt my head back a little bit and just start pressing that in the inner corner. This is how we're looking right now. No blend, don't worry about that. We're just placing the darkness on the inner and outer portion of the eye. So I'm gonna take that same brush. I do like to tap off the excess, and even though that lets go a little bit of the pigment, it also means that it won't fall out on the outer portions of my like eye and underneath. So we're just gonna press that in the outer corner, trying to leave the center blank. Now to blend that out, I'm taking another kind of fluffy brush. This is a Sigma Blending E25, and I put some color on the tip of it, and I'm gonna slowly start buffing just above that line on the inner and outer portion. Added a little bit of pink right on top of that because I didn't love the like orangey tone that other shade had, but I do need to blend this out a little bit more, so I'm taking a lighter pink shade and I'm just gonna go above all of that. Before we go any further, I do love a dark waterline with a halo eye on me. So I usually use black, but I did get this beautiful purple color from Lancome in PR. It's the shade number 9, Prune. It's like Radical with an E at the end. It's a matte color. Let's see how it looks. I'm not gonna lie, I do not like that in the waterline. I'll have to try it as like a top line liner. That's the shade, but meh. I love the brown one that I got from them, but this one is not good, at least in the waterline. Let's stick with a classic black. This one's from Kiko. It's the shade number 1. Do you see the difference of how easy that applies and how deep that color is? Stamping that purple on the lower lash line. And then we've got a pink tone on another more fluffy brush that we're gonna use to kind of blend that out and bring the color down a little bit. I want the inner portion to be like a pinky shade, so I'm gonna use this rosy palette from Sigma. Oh, hi, Kilo. We're gonna take the shade Fantasy on our finger, and then I'm gonna start pressing that in the center where the lid is bare and like slightly overlapping with that purple. And I like to go higher than my crease. Oh, that's beautiful. We're just starting out there. So we're gonna take this shade right here called I Do Crew from another P. Louise palette, nice and bright, and stamp it right on top. Don't worry about the blending part just yet. Taking the brush that I had that dark color on, I'm not adding any additional product, but I am going to lightly go back and forth on the edges of that shade to make sure it starts to blend and there aren't any harsh lines. I do feel like it's a little too stark between like a very dark and a light in the middle, so I'm gonna take a little bit of that pinky shade on a brush and just use that to sandwich the two colors. Or I guess not sandwich, but like put in between. Then I'm gonna take this small Kaja stack that I have. This is the shade Rose Water, and it has 3 different like pinky shimmers in it, but I think I'm gonna use the top one, the brightest one. It's like very shimmery, glittery right on top. Let's give us some life and add some bronzer. This is the Sigma Matte Bronzer in the shade Light. I'm just gonna press that into the skin. This is a Sigma Setting Powder F12. I love using this for bronzer and blush. I have this blush set to the side to use today. This is the Unlimited blush from Kiko in the shade number 8 because I bought it a while ago and I just haven't touched it yet. And it looks so beautiful. I just don't know if it'll go with this eye look. I was kind of planning on doing something a little more neutral, but it ended up pinky purple. So I think I'm gonna try it, and if it doesn't work with the look, I'll add a pink blush on top. I know I love this formula. That's actually very pretty. I'm not mad at it. It's because it's pink and I love it. I'll add a little bit of the Iconic London duo on top. I'll use this as our highlighter too. More MAC Fix Plus. Not to dirty another brush, we're using the same one and applying a little bit of that highlighter just to the tops of the cheeks. A little bit as a blush topper too, since it's not super precise. Before mascara and lips, we're gonna go in with a finishing powder. This one is from Jaclyn Cosmetics. It's in the shade Do Me. I know, I'm sorry they're going out of business, but still my absolute favorite finishing powder I have found, so I did buy a backup. I just lined my lips with the Sephora Rouge Gel Liner in the shade number 1, the Nudist. It's like a pale, cool tone purple, because on top we're gonna go in with the shade Perla from Stila. Yes, it's like another cool toned purpley pink pale shade. For mascara, I use the One Size Fantasize mascara in Bodacious Black. Feel like I need a little bit of gloss. We're gonna use Kiko Milano in the shade number 5. This is their 3D Hydro Gloss. Yes, perfect. And this is the finished look. It turned into like me feeling like I need to be in space, but I really like how it turned out. And of course, we gotta end with our perfume for the evening. It's gonna be Musky Musk from Dossier. This one's for my husband because I wore this the other night and he's like, what are you wearing? So we'll put it on for him. And that's it. See you guys later. Bye.